Anglesey report, my first ever motorsport event. It's taken a while to get there, but after a season of slow and utterly delicate driving by Sven, the little R50 Mini that I bought in December didn't want for much. What followed was a relatively long but stress-free overhaul through January and February, if you ignore the psychological toll of lying under a car in horizontal Cumbrian rain. A new silk cut / don't cut Jaguar inspired livery went on. I started to see the SG Tiger app when I closed my eyes at night, and it had to go. The car felt fresh, ready, possibly even willing. So, trailering down 4 hours on the M6, scrutineering, I met my navigator for the first time, Mr. Alan Edwards. I arrived at 14:20 prompt, but 20 minutes later after our agreed schedule. He looked at me over rectangular glasses like a headmaster had already written the punishment lines. He was parked high on the brow to get signal at Anglesey, sat like a calm Mufasa of motorsport. Not bad, I thought, for 4 hours of towing with one stop, but to Alan, that was a stage maximum already. The car passed scrutineering, pleasing the clipboard congregation. A quick comms check in the car and a plan for the morning, and we parted ways. And we went to the pub. The heavens opened, the trailer was dumped, and I made my way to the Valley Hotel, where nerves and excitement literally injected me with 7 or 8 pints. 6 alarms were set. I had visions of waking up at 9 AM to a series of increasingly angry and formal messages from Mr. Edwards. But luckily, we were up on time, showered, and at the circuit with bacon putty in hand for track walk. Track walk, hungover. I kept downwind of Alan at all times. He must not smell my fear or the burger from the night before. Stage 1. Very cautious, too cautious, but with little to no support at this rally. My first rally, the objective was simple, just to finish, and finish fairly strongly. Some words were issued from the left seat. They were correct. My first ever rally stage, though, completed. And not last, just. Stage 2. More commitment, slightly more commitment, more speed. And the beginning of the day's main character, relentless understeer. The car refused to rotate like a stubborn ox at a gate, and no rear anti-roll bar fitted. I entered into a philosophical battle with tyre pressures. As it turns out, tyre pressures will talk back if you listen hard enough. Stage 3 then. With the rears pumped up, the car began to turn. Not willingly, we encountered traffic, caught by quicker cars, then held up by the same cars going too deep on the circuit's longer corners. This was a little bit frustrating. Alan, however, remained utterly tranquil. A man immune to chaos, a cucumber in human form. Easy like Sunday morning. Stage 4. More push. The handbrake, previously agreed to be unnecessary, was now very much necessary. Lunchtime and service. I daren't open the bonnet. If ain't broke, don't emotionally involve yourself. Tyre pressures were adjusted again. The fronts were rolling alarmingly. In photos, the rims appear to be nearly negotiating directly with the tarmac. Fuel became theoretical. I had packed the diesel cans in error for the tow car and no petrol. And I didn't really know how much these things drink. A scout was dispatched to Valley with urgency, but his relationship with Greggs and Scratch Cards proved stronger than his commitment to the mission. And AD from CS, like a weary tanker from negotiating the Straits of Hormuz, stepped in. A hero emerges. Stage 5. Unsettling, reverse direction, new splits, technical, lacking the flow of earlier stages. A new square right had appeared before the split, completely invisible, just a sea of cones and doubt. I nearly stopped the car to find it. Excellent course as I know, I think it tested everyone. Stage 6, better. Stage 7, red flagged, an Escort ended up on its roof after the pit lane on a fast left-hander. We didn't get stage 8 start time for some reason. I began to stress. Alan did not. Stage 8, final stage of the day, all I had to do is bring it home. Smooth, but the car began to run out of straight line enthusiasm toward the end, it felt like. Result. Alan had quietly been sandbagging the results all day. I had no idea we were lying third. Given the hard work and prep on the weeks before and the anticipation, I was absolutely delighted. The highlight for me, probably seeing my mum on the end of the pit wall, on the end of the pit straight, as I went through that blind left-hander, flat without lifting on stage 8. A moment of pure commitment, or poor judgment, depending on your perspective of stage 7 and the red flag. The low light, the long journey home. Sod's law in it, first ever motorsport stage rally for me in the middle of an oil crisis.